Hi everybody, Gary Dean here. This is our nightly video report for Sunday, March 1st, 2026. I can't believe we're in March already. It's insane. But we did see the indexes under some pressure on Friday, and from rumor has it the bombing in Iran was leaked out, and there's just heavy put buying, and that was probably it. Now, how the markets are going to open up at 6 o'clock today, we're going to have to wait and see. I don't know how they're going to take this. You would expect that they're going to sell off, but I've seen crazier things. So we just really have to keep an eye on it. This is the ES. This is the pattern that I was showing you, the triangle. And again, if we take it out, we're looking at a move coming 75 points lower than 68.46, and then on the upside, 75 points above 69.77. So if we break to the downside, we're probably looking at a move coming somewhere into this area here. So we have to see again how the markets open at 6 o'clock because of the news about Iran. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Taking a look at this is just a 1 minute chart, but this is just showing you how powerful this software is that we got this bounce, and then from there we came down right into our institutional accumulation zone, and we took off from there. So this just on a 1 minute chart, we saw the S&P go from 68.54 all the way up to 68.82. So almost a 30-point move. Again, you're in spiders, you just made $3 on it. But here's the crazy part is that here's our distribution. So right now we're in a longer term. We're in the distribution because the bulls are going to have to get above this. So if we see a move up to the 68.92 or up to the 69.07, this is our distribution, and these are our downside targets. Just going a little bit further out on it on the 15-minute chart here, you can see again we got held down right here at our distribution, the primary, and from there made it down to our target 1, bounced around, and now we're back up into this area again. So the bulls definitely have their backs against the wall right now. They're going to have to do something, and again, I don't know how they're going to react to the news, about Iran. So we have to, just really keep an eye on things. But these played really, well on Friday with the moves because they were running right into our accumulation and then our distribution, and that's where buyers and sellers were stepping in. Now, taking a look at the hourly chart, again, we're still looking from this low to this high as our anchors. And again, every time we come down there, we're finding buyers in our primary accumulation zone, and if they lose it, then we're going to be looking for a move to come down to the secondary, which is right around that 67.36 level. So we're kind of neutral right here. We don't have any bullish or bearish signals on our actual signal chart. You can see we did get a sell signal here. So again, right now I'd say the bears are in short-term control, and then once we see we start seeing some buy signals and the bulls can pull themselves out of this this rut that they're in, then we're looking at some higher targets. But right now there's a lot of uncertainty in this market. So let's take a look at IWM. Like I said, that got crushed on Friday. It was down almost 1.7%. Let's see where our support pivots were. Hang on one second. So as you can see, once we came into our primary accumulation zone, we went a little bit below it, but we got the buy signal on the 15-minute chart, and we saw IWM go from 259.70 up to almost 261.57. So again, this was the index that really lagged everything. So if these lows get taken out, then we got to anticipate we're coming down to the 258 level and then possibly testing this 255. We look like we're trying to turn right now, but again, I think a lot of it really depends on how things are going to open up in the when futures market open. On the 60-minute chart, where we ran into down here, we ran into our secondary, got an awesome bounce. Now we're right back into where the primary is. But again, if we're if we do see selling open up, we're probably going to be taking this out, and then we're going to have to be looking at some lower levels, which will bring us into our secondary on the daily, which is looking right around that. That's 238. Here's our primary on it, and that's going between the 249 and the 245. So that would hurt if we come down there. I wouldn't really like to see it, but again, the geopolitical stuff that goes around, it's pretty tough. But you can see how the price reacts. So once we get into our accumulation zone as well as our distribution zone, and it's right now things have been going pretty well. I made a mistake on IWM on Friday because I really, what the anticipation was that we're not going to be staying here because the S&P was down almost 5 points, but I was a little uneasy taking just taking a long trade because it was collapsing, and I ended up doing the straddle, and we ended up just staying right in between this zone the entire day, and so it didn't pan out well. And again, it had nothing to do with the software. I should have taken the trade on the long side once we got the buy trigger. Even on the 5-minute chart here, if we would have just taken the long, we would have had a great trade. But I made the mistake on taking a straddle trade and got crushed on it. Well, not crushed. I just got caught where we're in the middle. But the overall, the fund, we lost 1,700. A lot of that had to do with with the quantum stocks. They didn't fare too well on Friday, so everything just kind of took a hit overall. But let's see what plays out on when the futures open up. I think we'll have a better idea what's going to happen tomorrow. And with that, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.